Thing I ate at McDonald's in Barcelona. I'm actually so jealous of the McDonald's bakeries here. They have so many options. And for breakfast, they have this tortilla de patatas breakfast sandwich, which is like this fluffy, buttery, delicious omelet with potatoes and onions. And it's so soft. I added some hot habanero sauce because the bread was a little dry and it helped a lot. It added this like creamy spiciness. The bun was actually toasted nicely though. Like it had a little crunch. They also had this jamon iberico sandwich for breakfast. It had this like crispy multi-grain bread and the meat was delicious. It's like kind of buttery, super thin. Again, the bread was a little dry. It just needed some more tomato sauce or something. And I've never tried a McDonald's carrot cake. Honestly, though, it was just okay. It like wasn't super moist or sweet or soft, but it wasn't bad. Maybe it would be better warm. And these little McPop donuts are so cute and tiny. This one was filled with Nutella. It could have had a little more filling though. And I added the hot habanero to their spicy nuggets for some extra heat, and they were good, like pretty crispy, pretty warm. And then finally I got a chai latte. I don't know if we have that here, but I forgot how good chai is. It's like so warm and like zesty and spicy, and that's all for today. Everything I ate at Burger King in Barcelona. They have Toblerone King Fusions, which are basically like McFlurries, and fast food in Europe has these extra sauces you can add. So I added caramel and chocolate syrup, and it was so creamy. And this one had all these little Filipino balls, which are like crunchy white chocolate covered chocolate cookies. And I also added white chocolate syrup, so it was so sweet. And they also have these cheesy Dorito burgers, which have these like crunchy cheese-filled Dorito shaped like cheese nuggets inside. And then the burger bun is toasted with cheese on top. Honestly, it's like so much cheese, like really rich. And speaking of cheese, they also have chili cheese bites, which were super crispy and filled with melty cheese and jalapenos that actually added some nice heat. And I tried it with the barbecue sauce that was a little too sweet for me personally. But just look at these wings. Why does like every fast food restaurant in Europe have wings? And why are they so good? They're actually so well seasoned and flavorful. And I think this was a honey mustard sauce. It wasn't my favorite. It was just like really strong, but I actually really liked the wings with the barbecue sauce because the sweetness didn't overpower them as much. And that's all for today. Everything I ate at Burger King in Italy. The dessert game here is next level. They have this chocolate salted caramel souffle. It's like this soft, warm, kind of brownie-like souffle with a gooey caramel center and ice cream on top. It's so rich. The ice cream could be a little creamier though, and they also have this nocciolata spread with cheesecake. So it's kind of like Nutella, but with less sugar, so it's not as intensely sweet, but it's just as smooth and chocolatey, and the cheesecake was actually really smooth too. I also got the American Complete Burger because I think it's so funny to see what other countries call American burgers. Like they just put the most on it. It had this thick, crispy hash brown and bacon, and it was kind of fire. Like the tomatoes were really juicy. They also have loaded cheesy bacon fries, and the fries might not be McDonald's level, but the cheddar sauce was even cheesier, and there was so much bacon. And they also have this extra spicy salsa, which does have some heat, but it definitely kind of tastes like a mid salsa. I mean, it's from a package, so whatever. I also tried the curry mango sauce, which was way better than the curry sauce in McDonald's Singapore. I'm so sorry. Like it actually tasted like curry. And finally, I got this chicken wrap, and the chicken here is so crispy. I feel like it was super crispy in France too. Like fast food chicken in Europe just has this amazing crunch. I don't know why, but that's all for today. Everything I ate at McDonald's in Rome. This is the first McDonald's in Rome, and when it opened, it was the largest in the world. It's got all these beautiful arched ceilings and like mosaics on the wall, and apparently they serve gelato too, but I got sidetracked by all the gorgeous pastries. They had cakes and pies and macarons. I wanted to try it all, but I just got a few things. So I got this multi-layered chocolate cake. So it's this crunchy cake layer with this rich chocolate cream, and then more cake and this dark chocolate ganache on top. It actually melts in your mouth. Like the best thing I've ever eaten at a McDonald's. And they also had tiramisu with this fluffy mascarpone cream and soft lady fingers that are just soaked in coffee, which was really strong and rich. And then I got this pretty marshmallow donut with a sugary glaze, and it was so soft. I feel like McDonald's donuts are sometimes kind of stale, but this one was pretty moist, and the chewy marshmallows add a fun texture. And just look at this chocolate croissant. It was filled with a decent amount of dark chocolate, and the quality of the chocolate here is so good. It's like so cocoa-y and rich, and it was pretty flaky too. And that's all for today. Everything I ate at McDonald's in Italy. So these are called panzerotti, and they're like little calzones, but they're filled with actual tomato and mozzarella. And maybe I'm just a sucker for deep fried things, but like these were better than some of the pizza I've had here. And this is their Bashipurogina McFlurry, which is this rich dark chocolate with crunchy hazelnuts, and it was incredible. Weirdly, like not too sweet, just decadent, melty, rich chocolate. Oh my gosh. They also have a Smarties McFlurry, but Smarties here are kind of like M&Ms. So they're filled with chocolate and they get so crunchy in the cold ice cream. They're super sweet, but a fun texture. You can also just buy these tiny blocks of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, which is delicious. It's kind of like nutty, kind of salty. I just love cheese. And speaking of cheese, look at this Grand Crispy chicken with extra bacon. Again, like the chicken here is so crispy. I don't know how, but they figured out fast food chicken in Europe. And then look at all the beef in this wrap. It also had bacon and this crispy sauce, which was like a cheesy bacon sauce. And the meat quality, it's just so good. Also, the tortilla was really soft. And that's all for today. Everything I ate at McDonald's in France. First of all, they have this chocolate-filled cookie with dark chocolate chips and hazelnuts and oh my gosh, like the warm chocolatey center with the crispy edges. Why don't we have this cookie? And they also have this royal bacon burger, which I think is only a thing in France, but it was stacked. It had like actual pickle slices and bacon and mustard with like the actual mustard seeds in it. And the meat quality, like it was kind of juicy. And then I also got the croque McDo that had so much melty cheese and ham, and the bread was all crispy on the outside. It was kind of simple, but really delicious, like really rich. And then I also got the CBO that had bread with bacon bits baked in, and the chicken had the perfect crunch without being too dry. And it also had these crispy fried onions and melty cheese. And then I got the squeezy ice cream that I messed up. It popped and went everywhere. It was still kind of delicious though. And then I had to try it with the fries. So salty and warm and cold and creamy. And they also had this specific fry sauce that was kind of like a tangy mayo. It was pretty good. I feel like it would go really well with like a hot sauce. And that's all for today. Everything I ate at McDonald's in Spain. First of all, the architecture, gorgeous. It was huge. There was an elevator to the downstairs, and then look at all of these pastries. Y'all already know I ordered way too much, but look at these golden brown crispy wings. Why were they so good? Like piping hot, really well seasoned. The spicy buffalo sauce was just okay though. And they had all of these burgers that had eggs on them and Gouda cheese. I wish the egg was a little runnier, but the meat quality was really good. But this Conguitos McFlurry, oh my gosh, you can add chocolate sauce and caramel and the crunchy, nutty white chocolate Conguitos. Like this might have been the best McFlurry I've ever had. They also had bacon and cheese loaded fries, and they did not skimp. Like so much bacon, so salty and crispy. And I also tried the CBO, which is fried chicken, bacon, crispy onions, and this like peppery mayo. And I loved the flavors, but the chicken was hella dry. Anyway, onto the pastries. This strawberry Pop Dot had these sweet pieces of Chupa Chups lollipops on top. It was so sweet and crunchy and fluffy. And then this mini donut was filled with Biscoff. I am obsessed with that warm, kind of cinnamony flavor. And this macaron had a little crunch, but it was pretty soft too. And that's all for today. Everything I ate at the global McDonald's headquarters, they literally have food from McDonald's all over the world, like this banana tart McFlurry from Japan. It was thick and it had this crunchy, buttery graham cracker topping and banana sauce. It was kind of giving banana pudding like with vanilla wafers, and I feel like it would be so good with a warm pie. They also have this Mikalu Tiki, which is this super crispy samosa spiced patty made from potatoes and peas. It's got this tomato mayo, and the patty is actually spicy. It has so much flavor. Like it's a great vegetarian option. I don't know why they don't have it in the US. And I actually tried this McArabia sandwich in Dubai. You gotta add sauce because it's a little dry, but the chicken quality is so good and the pita is so soft and the tomatoes are juicy and it's just so good with some spicy buffalo sauce. And y'all know I spent a few months in Australia, but I never tried these onion rings. This one was huge, and again, they were like super crunchy, crispy, but also really oily. The spicy buffalo sauce makes everything better though. And look at this cute little creme brulee donut from Canada. It's got these vanilla crunchy cookie bits on top, and it's filled with smooth, sweet cream, really great textures. And that's all for today.